how are you? It's Saturday morning. Oh my gosh, here I am on a Saturday. I love it. It's April 1st. And you know that I did not come on last night. And I do have an interview today, which has kind of been scrambled a little bit. The interview with Peter Hansen has been postponed. And so I am actually going to have Psychic Evelyn, and she's going to speak of angels and she's going to do some reading. So if there's anyone here, I'll write down their name who's interested in getting a reading. What I need is where you live and your full name. Now you can send me a message that is not posted here, or send it on my Instagram if you follow me on Instagram, and we will have Psychic Evelyn give you a reading. So it's April 1st, and they say this is the beginning of the new year. It's the new year. Oh, let me just fix this for a second. And what does that mean exactly? Well, that means that we are starting over. I've been doing some interviews, and I mentioned 0 day, which is where the banks would go to zero and we would be transferring to a new financial system. And I'm going to get into that. So our topics today are Starlink, QFS, Quantum Financial System, Nesara, Gesara, woohoo! We know what that means. The abolishment of the Federal Reserve and the income taxes. No more IRS. That would be time for a party. Hey, Alexandra Morel. Hey, Craig. Wait, what does this say? I'll have some fun. That's right. You're in UK. Thanks for joining us. Alexandra Morel coming live from New York. And I'm Mary Amy, and I didn't even do my little intro. This is Living in the Light, and I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your true potential, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. And last night, I was having some margaritas to celebrate. It was Friday in the Matrix work week. Got through another. I'm ready for fun. I'm ready for the golden age. I'm ready for heaven on earth. Are you? So back to our topics today. It's Starlink, which I did a little research on that. And you know what? I am behind the 8 ball, because what have I been doing? I've been sitting around meditating, sending light and love, not paying attention to what's going on in the physical reality, because I believe if we collectively have these positive thoughts, we're going to change the reality anyway. It's going to morph into the new civilization, heaven on earth. Okay, so quantum financial system, Nesara, Gesara, and plasma healing. One of you on the chat mentioned, or not healing, plasma energy. One of you mentioned plasma energy, and again, there's something that I didn't know about. And you know what? Put it in the chat. Give me some ideas. I'm all for it. Okay. Before we get on to the topics, I'm reminding you to write down your dreams when you wake up. Our dreams are highly important to us individually, because whatever you're receiving in your vessel, your mind, heart, spirit, is meant for you. You are carrying a vibration, and your vibration is attracting certain energies. And whatever that energy is meant for you. So your dreams are entirely for you. They're a message, they're a sign, they're a symbol. Maybe it's information, maybe it's data. It might be a direction that you need to go into, a suggestion for you, so pay attention. It's like throughout your day, you might receive an impression. We know what that means because we've been focused on psychic phenomenon. And an impression is going to be some kind of sensation. It might be a tone, it might be a sound, it might be a visual picture, a mental image. You might go remote and see a conversation someone else is having, or a location. We did some psychic phenomenon exercises this week related to remote viewing. You might connect to a spirit, whatever it is. So in your sleeping state, there are elements there that are for you And maybe you're traveling in the astral realm. Maybe you're a warrior. You're in there fighting evil and darkness. Evil and darkness is kind of gone, isn't it? It's pretty exciting. I mean, every single night, my dreams are no longer me battling my old traumas and triggers and issues and whatever I have fear over. It's gone. What's happening is I'm recalibrating. And I am having these dreams that have the same main characters that have been throughout my life in this carnation, except it's all positive. It's like reframed. You know, it's framed in a positive way. And everyone that kind of harmed me, or I felt getting negative juju from them or vibes, those that you come into contact with, and maybe they're not intentionally harming you. It just might be that they haven't gotten through the pain in their hearts. Well, all of those characters in my life are coming through in my dreams, and it's all beautiful. It's all good news. So I'm sending this information to you and sharing it with you to write down your dreams, write a description, write the date, write your emotions. And there's going to be patterns there. So pay attention. And then also I say, what is your intention? What is your thoughts when you wake up? So when you wake up, what's your first thought? Now, if it's negative, you can control your thoughts. You can change that. You can rephrase it in your mind and you can change the outcome. So if it's something that you're not looking forward to in the day, or an issue has come up and it might be something that's about to happen to you, you might have a date in mind and say, oh, I'm not looking forward to that. And I have some of those coming up. And I started this week having my eye twitch. If you notice, I kept fixing my eye this week, fixing my eye, rubbing my eye, and my eye was twitching. And then I was having mini panic attacks. I too have this stuff happen. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And I'm trying to avoid it. I'm trying not to pay attention. Then finally I came to terms with it. And I spoke to one of my friends about it. And I said, you know what? I think it's this impending date that's coming. It's in a month. And now my eye's twitching over it, but that's how much it's bothering me. And so you have to kind of come to terms with everything and just be everything you can. We can change the course of the future through our thoughts. And so maybe me having the twitching eyes, I have to deal with it and look at that date and say, maybe it's going to be something good that's going to turn out. So that's my suggestion to you, is to reframe it, to think of that thought in a different manner. And it will change because our thoughts are that powerful. And if you're clear, if you don't have a lot of your negativity throughout your life that's attached to you anymore, or you're kind of staying away from those toxic beings out there in the physical reality, you're capable of being clear and you have alignment. And so you can manifest whatever outcome you'd like. Now, I'm not saying you can control people, but your energy can change a situation and you can actually have the solution within you. So just pay attention to that. And of course, our intention is very valuable, because our intention, we want to have a good intention. Our intention is energy, just like our thoughts are energy. We are energy. We are transferring energy between us. And so our intention matters. You can go in there with a really good intention, like every day I do this, because I'm trying to pull all of me together to have a good intention. And that's my purpose and mission. Okay, so let's get on it. It's April 1st. And is it the new year? They're saying it's the new year. Well, so Starlink, what is Starlink? Well, we've heard that phrase Starlink because it's a business entity, and it was formed by Elon Musk. And I didn't really want to look at it because I'm all anti, like, get away from me with the 5G, because of all the frequencies that are coming at us. We don't see them, Our animals, little Elsa senses them. We don't see them with our eyes, but our bodies can sense them. And we've kind of gotten used to just kind of avoiding whatever's coming at us, like, oh, I'm not going to look, or oh, it's not bothering me. Oh, give me some medication, or I want to smoke a cigarette, or smoke some weed, or have a drink, or take a pill to feel better. Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have to do any of that to kind of get away from all of these addictions of ours and see who we are, just our core, essentially what we are? Wouldn't that be fun just for a day of that? I mean, maybe some of us would kind of be like a little bit of a monster coming off of it, like, right? Or maybe our bodies would try to have to deal with it. And so I haven't really focused on this Starlink satellite because I thought satellites, not so interested in hearing about more of this technology. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And so what is Starlink? Well, it's a satellite, and a satellite is an object intentionally placed in orbit in outer space. And allegedly, it's for the good of our world, of humanity, because then we can have quicker internet service. And we can possess more of this technology in our lives, just what we need. I'm so anti artificial and man-made. I'm all about the organic and the natural, because we just got to fix ourselves first before more of this stuff comes in, this man-made stuff, this transhumanism and these, I don't know, just stuff put in our brain and our hands and all of this technology that just seems to be forcing itself on these beings of light that we are. So Starlink is a satellite internet constellation operated by SpaceX, done by Elon Musk, and it's internet access coverage to over 50 countries. Now, the good news is, if you're in your business, in the matrix, in the simulation, in the physical reality, you're like, wow, this is great, because you know what? Everything's faster. Woohoo! But on the bad side, I'll get into that. So the world's first and largest satellite using low Earth orbit. Now, I don't know if you remember this, because I think I just posted it on my social media, but I actually saw one of the Starlink satellites traveling. And at first I said, oh my gosh, is that a UFO? And it looked like dots, and they were rows of dots, and it was like a long rectangle, and it was traveling, and it was low orbit. I saw it. This was probably, it might have been a year and a half ago. And so this Starlink internet works by beaming data signals between thousands of low Earth orbit satellites overhead and gateway stations on the ground below. So right now, Starlink satellites launched May 23rd, 2019, abound a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, and it reached 340 miles altitude. Now, what are they hoping for? So that was 60. What are they hoping for right now? They're hoping for 42,000 of these satellites. Now, if you're someone who's like geeky and you're into like all the, like I'm into video games and I'm into all this laptop, you might not be really catching how it's going to affect humanity, because it is man-made and it is artificial. And how is it affecting this? Because we are very advanced beings. We have so many systems within us that are operating well if we are eating well, if we're exercising, if we're sleeping. And we are very, very sensitive. Now, I say that I'm an empath, and maybe you are as well. And when you're an empath, you're highly sensitive. So you're sensitive over one person's energy that crosses your path. And you're very sensitive if you go into a crowd of people. And you might feel like overwhelmed, and you might need to hibernate after that to kind of redeem your qualities and characteristics so you feel balanced again. Now, more of us than you realize are empathic. It's just that it's been shut down, or it's been masked maybe through some kind of medication, or maybe you just put these boundaries up where you're never really intentionally interacting with others. So this kind of stuff, these satellites are going to affect us. So this is what they have. They have a lifespan of five years, and they weigh each 573 pounds. Now there are already, since the send off in May 2019, they have now, Starlink has 3,271 satellites. So it's a mega constellation. Why am I sharing this with you? For you to have awareness, because I need to as well. So I'm kind of doing it for myself. It's like a little bit of education in a way, because yes, we should tune inward. Yes, we should focus on ourselves and become more clear and become beings of unconditional love, service to others, beings of light, because we are ascending to this higher consciousness, and it is happening rapidly. If you are going to bed at night and you feel like little vibrations, or you feel frequencies coming into your system of light, it's because there's so many solar flares from the sun, and it's just the earth kind of repairing itself. It's maybe doing a divine intervention. Maybe it's a cosmic divine intervention to heal us. And as the earth is healing, we are healing as well. So this kind of satellite Starlink constellation thing, mega constellation, this 5G satellite is going to affect our systems as we're trying to heal, because we've been suffering. We've been living in scarcity. We've been living in a place that we are kind of running all the time to try to catch up. It's all about materialism and stuff. How expensive are the clothes you're wearing? Are you wearing fancy couture? Did you go to the fashion week? Do you have the proper bag? It's not really focused on, are you a good person? Do you have compassion? Do you have kindness? It's been about stuff. So I'm sharing with you this information about satellites to make you aware and to have awareness that this might not necessarily be a good thing. So 5G satellites clearly show that radiation triggers oxidative cell stress. And so it weakens your immune system, and that's the negative. The negative is, the positive is, oh, we're going to have really fast technology. And the negative is, how is it affecting your cells? Your cells that have to heal, and they're constantly in a place of transition. So the immune system operates, and the cells are needing to be in a place of, I guess, protection. So Amazon and Galaxy Space and other companies want to join the 5G race, and launch another 60,000 satellites. This will contaminate all of Earth's surface with microwave radiation. Now, I've said in the past, I know this sounds like poo-poo, Mary, you're telling us bad news. Suck it up, put your big boy pants on, put your big girl pants on, and grow up. You have to know this stuff, and you can't close your eyes to it, because guess what's going to happen? You're not going to be aware when something comes through, and you're going to have discernment, and you're going to have be made a choice for you. You're going to have to figure some things out. You can't rely on all of these false idols, these leaders. They're not doing right by you. You have to figure things out on your own. You can't conform anymore and join the pack. You have to be an individual and be a rebel, a true seeker, and figure it out on your own. Do a little research yourself. I said to you that the router, we're supposed to be 30 feet from the router. Now, I can't possibly be 30 feet from my router because my home isn't that big. I'm living very very minimal. And so I'm just sharing this with you so that you have more awareness. Okay, moving on, because I have this interview coming up and I have to focus on it. Everyone put in the chat what you think. And if you want a reading, write your name in the chat and I will have Psychic Evelyn give you a reading today. Because I shared with you early on that Peter Hansen is not going to be able to be with us today. He had something happen and he could not join us. So we're going to have Psychic Evelyn fill in. She's our fill in. Woohoo, Psychic Evelyn. I love her. She's coming from Scotland and she will do a reading and she will pull some angel cards and she will tell you a little bit more about you. How about that? So Nesara Gesara, I've shared with you what that is. And we spoke about it. It was last week, I believe. And it originally came because this farmer who had a piece of property and he had gotten a bank loan and he passed away. And so part of the deal was when he passed away, he would give the farm back. But his son went against that. His son said, no, thank you. I want to keep the family farm. And he went through a series of court, court dates. And then he kind of spread the word that the banks were harming him. And were they doing the right thing when it came to other farmers? So other farmers started to continue having lawsuits. And then some of them started to lose. The banks started to lose, and the federal government started to lose as well. And from that came Nesara Gesara. I'm not going to get into all that. I'm going to kind of jump forward to what's been happening here in this world because I want to talk about quantum financial system for a minute, if you're okay with that, because I believe that that is something that's coming forward. Now, I've shared with you, my light codes, some kind of telepathy that I've received from extraterrestrials. And that's kind of related to this because there is advanced systems out there, advanced technology, off-planet technology. But it's come into play here on our planet Earth. There has been a secret space program. There is what's called the Alliance. There is what's called Space Force. And some of this advanced technology that's been off planet has been recognized here on planet. And that is part of the quantum financial system. What we think is technology is primitive. It's cavemanish. It's like we already have the solution to running cars on alternative means. We don't have to use gasoline. But all of those patents have been secretly bought by the government, and we haven't been able to utilize them. We've been living in the dark ages. So this quantum financial system is blockchain encryption, quantum computing, quantum internet, and based on two quantum computers working together. And I realized that I should kind of get back onto this a little bit here and there because it's coming forward. Now, that's why I say today is April 1st, and it's the beginning of the new year because there's something that's about to happen. These banks are crashing because a new system is coming forward, a new financial system. I know the two timelines, if you know the two timelines, which are one of the timelines was this negative timeline. We stay enslaved, and this new world order comes in. Klaus Schwab, which we haven't been hearing much about him, have we? The Klaus Schwab, all the bloodlines, all the dark forces, the satanic stuff, the K Mafia. And they've been in charge. They've been in charge since 1913, the Federal Reserve, the IRS. They've all been in charge, and they wanted to continue that timeline. However, this other timeline that we know about through looking glass technology, the yellow cube, Stargate, we know the other timeline, which is the ascension timeline, the awakening timeline, which is happening right now. More than 10% are awakened. And I know this to be true because some of those that have been saying to me, oh, Mary, you're such a conspiracy theorist, or come on, are now saying, tell me a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more. I don't think that the guy in the WH is really him. Is that really JB? Doesn't look like him. I don't think it's him. And I'm like, nope, hasn't been him. That's some other, that's an actor. That's someone wearing a mask. That's CGI. And I have a video about CGI, that 90% of CGI is false and 10% is something real. So they can take any one of us and put us in a scene and it looks real. And you know this by watching movies. If you look at some of these movies that just came out, you can see how advanced CGI is. And so we have to know that there's something else that's out there. That's something else that's coming into play. And so this timeline is bringing forward this awakening. And so we are ascending. We are ascending to a place that we know it's not just about me and my stuff, all of the materialism in the world. It's not about that. It's about service to others. It's about oneness. It's about that you and I are connected. And that is my mission here. I'm here to say, when I look outside, you can look out my window right now, and I'll go over there. I love it when I'm here and it's out there. Well, this maybe isn't like the best view from this window, but when I go out to my front, I can see a beautiful tree. I can see grass. I can see flowers. I can see wildlife. And that's why I say, how do you ground yourself? You go to a big, healthy, strong tree because its energy field is very strong, and you stand and you put your hands on it. And that's how you ground yourself into the earth. And that's where you'll get your power. Now, you can get your power within you. You can pull it up. You can find it. You can crack open your heart and find the light, because the light has been covered from trauma and just all of the junk out there that we've had to endure in these systems. But you can find your light. It's not that difficult. Maybe you do a little meditation. So this Nesara, Gesara, the quantum financial system. Now, on September 11th, 2001 at 10 a.m., Alan Greenspan was scheduled to announce the new Treasury bank system, debt forgiveness for all. Okay? The abolishment of the IRS as part of the public announcements. But we know what happened that day on September 11th, don't we? We're well aware. Hey, Craig, to think inequality was disappear. Yes, oneness. We're going to have oneness. So the quantum financial system is known as God's financial system. And I've looked at some videos online related to this. And I actually pulled up this little chart, and I'll put it forward so you can see. And, you know, this kind of gives some of it. And it looks very, I don't know, it looks like a little technical maybe. And it breaks down what's going to happen. And so what I'll share what's going to happen. And this is supposedly going to happen between now and Easter Sunday. It's going to happen on a weekend where you'll go to the bank and everything will be at zero. And I looked today and my bank is not at zero, so it didn't transfer into this quantum financial system, the golden age. And so sums of money received illegally or immoral purposes will not be included. They will be done harm funds, will be blocked. So the Space Force and the Alliance have put this together, as well as this advanced technology. I don't know if this is an AI. I know that we should be cautious with AIs because AIs can control things and there's no humans involved to oversee. So be aware of AIs, and I'm becoming more and more aware of AIs. And so maybe my head's been in the sand a little bit about that. And I haven't been paying attention to this, but here I am now, and it's time now. And I guess that's when I do pay attention, is when I know it's imminent. So this is imminent right now. So you will receive a text, and the text will say to you, this is what I've heard. It's 0 day, and all the monies have been transferred into the quantum system, and they will send people home. And when they send people home, they're going to send them home for 3 to 10 days of disclosure. So you will be watching on the television, your computers, the internet. You will be watching all of these heinous crimes that have been committed to humanity and all of the lies that we have been enduring for decades. And you will be seeing this. Now, I've seen some of this already. I don't know how much of it I want to look at it. I don't know if I want to look at children in tunnels or human trafficking or any of this. And they say that there's going to be these tribunals, and a lot of this has already been filmed already. And so they say that, and I've read that and heard that, groups depending on your age will be given information to go to a redemption center. So the oldest first, because they've done the most suffering. And so these groups will be meeting at these redemption centers across the country. There's thousands of them, or 1,000 of them, for 8 to 12 days. And you'll sign an NDA, a non-disclosure, that you're not allowed to share what happens. And when you go alone. You go into and you meet with individuals at this redemption center. Now, I'm just relaying information that I have heard about. And at the redemption center, you'll be given a heart scan. And the heart scan will say whether or not you have a pure heart. So you won't be able to be convincing or deceptive. Now, I don't think anyone here who's watching is any of those things. We all will have a chance. Now, I know everyone has a chance. They say Judgment Day. Is this divine intervention coming into play? Is this meant to be? This was something that has been foreseen, that these 2 timelines that I mentioned earlier, and we are on the awakening timeline. So if you think about that, and everyone across the globe awakens, and all the darkness leaves, what is that going to leave you with? That's going to leave you with individuals, beings of light like you and I, star seeds and light workers. And if we're all beings of light and there's no negativity or toxicity left, it's going to be a beautiful world. So it makes sense that this is the next avenue for us to take in this era, this golden age. So you'll sign an NDA, and you will be given a heart scan to receive a biometric vibration. So what is your vibration based on? Your heart? What kind of compassion you have in your heart? And we've been speaking about tuning into your heart and letting go of any negativity. So this is important, isn't it? And so you'll receive this biometric vibration, a quantum laptop, a quantum phone, and asked if you have any humanitarian projects. Now, you will be given an exchange of money for what you had in your account, your bank account that's been transferred into this quantum financial system. And you will have an ID card that is not transferable. No one can hack it. This is unhackable. And you will be given rainbow currency checks that are gold backed. So you will be able to see your account on the quantum financial laptop. So the quantum financial system will empower the people. It's an innovative financial technology. It's a type of digital cash secure against counterfeiting, principles of quantum mechanics. And each bill only will be spent once, completely secure. This sounds great, doesn't it? Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. You know, this really resonates with me, and that's why I'm speaking of it. Now, they say that the Palladians are going to ensure that our hearts are known, and they will be able to determine whether or not you are really for humanity and you really have a humanitarian project. And so you will receive this quantum money that's unbreakable, and the quantum money and it will be safe. There will be quantum computing. Now, the quantum computer, the Alliance has tapped into Universal Quantum Operating System, the galactic wide web. So it's beyond our planet. It's cosmic, I guess you could say. This Universal Quantum Operating System, the galactic wide web to the galactic wide commerce. So quantum technology can be digitally transferred trillions of transactions at a time without breaking. It's a blockchain type of technology, and quantum financials are gold-backed currencies, digital gold certificate. And that's what I've heard about this. So I wanted to share with you about the quantum financial system. And you can look online, you can look to Rumble. There's some videos about it, and you can also look to YouTube. And I'm here to just share information, topics, to bring awareness. Now, it's going to be a short video today because I have that interview coming up. So I wanted to just remind you about angels, beings of light. They come from humanity. I mean, they come from the heavens to humanity. They're here to protect us. And they are celestial, benevolent beings. I always want to remind everyone of angels. We can invite angels, and I know that this is not an angel, but it's light. It's healing light. And we can find healing light within us. We can ask for healing light to come within us. We can meditate. We have all of it within us. We just have to accept and ask for it. Have self-confidence. Believe in yourself. You can find your personal light. So what is plasma energy? Someone mentioned that last week or this week. It might have been Bob Harding. Bob Harding, was it you who mentioned plasma energy? So it's electrically conducting medium made up of roughly equal numbers of positively and negatively charged particles. Now, I'm not a scientist at all. I'm very excited and interested in learning about science. I speak about Nikola Tesla, and I heard about this plasma energy. So plasma energy is carbon-free, renewable power and generation. And so it's the fourth state of matter, they say. Plasma technology was first discovered by Irving Longwillian in 1928, and it is not rare. More than 99% of visible matter in the universe is in a plasma state. Now, I'm not going to speak about this for too long because I don't know. We kind of get into this. I get into this place of I don't really understand some of this, but I want to put this information forward. And like I said, Starlink, quantum financial, and plasma energy are all topics that are happening right now that we should pay attention to. So it's not rare. More than 99% of the visible matter in the universe is plasma state. It can be seen in its natural form on Earth as lightning or a polar light in the Arctic and Antarctic. So during a solar eclipse, plasma is observed as the bright circle of light around the sun. So that might be something. If you're a visual person like I am, words sometimes I get lost, but if you tell me or show me a picture, that's why I always show pictures, because how do you learn? I learn by seeing. So I see and then I understand more. So plasma energy changes the world. It changes automobile engineering, transport, electronic manufacturing, packing technology, consumer goods. So a gas in which a sufficient amount of energy is present to enable ions and electrons to coexist. That's information, isn't it? So plasma is generated by electric power and can be easily switched on and off, intermediate. So this is probably something that's coming forward for us, is this plasma energy. Intermediate renewable electricity. Plasma makes up the sun and the stars. Celestial objects are powered by plasma fusion. Plasma is a state of matter along with solids, liquids, and gases. So our cells are building blocks of all living things. And I wanted to get into redeeming our cells and how to help, because I did mention early on about the satellites and how it affects us. And I always like to make suggestions about healing ways. So our cells are very crucial. We have to be kind of coexisting, right, with here we are, like this physical reality, and here we are, this physical being and the spiritual being and this emotional being. And so we want to kind of make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. And I said, like, take a break from your addiction, take a break from some of the foods that are carrying GMOs. So let's try to help ourselves every day. And how can we help ourselves? Well, we can rest, we can let ourselves breathe, we can give ourselves some relaxation. Maybe you're just laying on your couch, or you're just chilling, taking a walk, spending time alone. So our cells are the building blocks of all living things, composed of trillions of cells. So cell damage is a variety of changes of stress that a cell suffers due to external as well as internal environmental changes. So we want to be sure that we're taking care of our cells due to physical, chemical, and infections, biological, maybe nutritional, and environmental factors. So cell damage can be reversible or irreversible. Now, we've spoken about and mentioned, if you listen to certain sound healing or hertz, you can heal yourself, you can heal your cells. Any cell damage you can repair. Maybe chanting, listening to chanting, or listening to soothing sounds from nature. Do you have a sound machine and you just listen to, waves rippling, or the water coming back and forth onto the beach? Maybe listening to birds. Whatever it may be, you have something that's healing for you. Maybe you're someone that gemstones is healing, crystals is healing. So how are we going to reverse cell damage? Well, we have to repair cells' DNA, maybe with nutrients. So I'm going to give you some suggestions before we go today. So maybe it's going to be that you turn off some of this, drop grains from your diet, because they say grains turn into sugar and contains gluten. Now look, I am somebody that I love a bagel. For you to tell me that I can't have some grain, that I can't eat a bagel, I'm not too happy, because my diet is kind to this little, there's not a lot of foods that I can have. If you tell me I can't have Rice Krispies, okay. If you tell me that I can't have some of those crackers, okay, because I already know that. But if you tell me I can't have a bagel, can't have gluten, I'm not going to be a happy camper. So I don't like hearing that. However, maybe for a moment, give my body a little detox from that. They say switch from grass-fed animals, switch onto grass-fed animals, because are they carrying these meats that are having all these hormone injections? Because you wonder, how are these big chicken breasts? How are these chicken breasts that you get at the grocery store this big? How is it this big? You think that's natural? No, it's hormones. What they're doing is they're injecting these poor chickens that are in these factories with all of these hormones, and then they're getting really big, and these poor little chickens are carrying this around, and then they're murdering them. So be aware of how you're getting the food that you're getting. Just don't be blind to it. We have to awaken. We have to fully awaken to what's going on. Pay attention. Maybe cut out some toxic vegetable vegetable oils. And I've heard that what we thought oil, some of these oils were healthy for us, but I'm hearing that the healthy oils are like olive oil. I think maybe sunflower oil might be healthy for us. So meat more unpasteurized fermented foods. So some of these foods that are fermented, like all these coffee drinks, some of them aren't good for you. So be aware that that's harming you. And I'm not saying like this is going to be a lot like all at once. And maybe you're like, come on, Mary, like how am I going to do that? And like I'm going to start to cry even sharing this with you, because we've been believing some of this is okay for us, and really it's literally slowly killing us. We're supposed to live for hundreds of years. We're not supposed to die at 70 or 80. That's because of the chem trails, all this stuff that they're putting into our environment. So be aware. Wow, I lost my cool for a minute. Chill, Mary, chill. All right. So maybe eat more unpasteurized fermented foods like yogurt, miso, kombucha, they say. Upgrade your morning coffee by grinding organic beans, because they say that there's mold and pesticides on some of these beans, these coffee drinks. So you want to be free of mold and pesticides. We don't want to be carrying mold. They say that there's mold and parasites that we're bringing into our bodies. So let's make sure that we take some of that away. Often coffee beans are covered in toxic mold, and they may cause kidney disease. Well, that's a bit more bad news, isn't it? It's just full of bad news today. I'm so sorry. I'm going to be doing this interview with Psychic Evelyn. I'll be posting later today. And then a few more nutrients like vitamin D, K2, iodine. So drink plenty of water, no GMOs, genetically modified. Look at all of the ingredients on the back of any containers and see if it says GMOs, maybe don't take it. Maybe don't eat it, which is genetically modified. And it's designed basically, designed to like I said, slowly kill us. So we want to kind of change our mindset to have more balance and more awareness, and to tune inward and to have more love for ourselves. And that's how I'm going to end today, by saying that, oh, who is this? Who is this that's writing here? I can't even read this. It says, oh, I can't read this. Where's my glasses? Who is this? D Shop Jr. Check out the way I am. Well, thanks for joining us. You're new. Where are you coming from? I'm in New York. Thanks for joining us. I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'm wishing you well. I'm wishing you all well. Now, before we go, I'm going to say you are a beautiful being of light. You are cherished and loved. So have confidence. Have trust in yourself. Have belief in yourself. Turn inward. Love yourself. And it doesn't matter what you have, what you do, what you look like, where you live. You are a beautiful being of light as is. Know that. Imagine light surrounding you. And before I go, I just want to spin light around you. You're in the center. Make a wish. Make a beautiful, humongous wish. Don't have any doubt. Push any doubt away. I'm sending you light. I'm circling light around you, and you're in the center. I'm not going to be doing any psychic phenomenon because I have to do this interview. So figure that's your psychic phenomenon today. I'll ask Psychic Evelyn to do some psychic phenomenon. So I'm spinning light, and you're in the center. I'm sending you light. Anyone who wants to have a reading today, please put your name in the chat. Thank you. Don't worry about caring so much. Oh, no, I will. I'll always be caring. So everyone who wants to give a reading, write their name in the chat, and I will tell Psychic Evelyn, I'm spinning light, and you're in the center, and I'm sending it to you. And that interview is going to be done in the next half an hour, and I'll be posting it this afternoon. So I'm sending you light. You're in the center of it. You're making a wish. And I'm going to make a wish too right now. And I'm going to place light around me as well. So I'm placing light. You're imagining light. So it's beams of light. And the band is about a foot long. And it's circling you. And it's gleaming and it's glimmering. And you're making a wish and you're imagining whatever it is you want. Whatever you want. Maybe it's something material. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's something that you want to change about yourself. Whatever that wish is, maybe you want to take a wonderful trip somewhere. And I'm sending you this. And be well. Everyone be well. Bye. I'll be back next week. Where is how do I get down here? Oh my goodness, I don't know how to close this. I can't close this for some reason. It's not letting me end this. Huh, that's so weird. I can't even end this. What does this say? Is this it? Oh my goodness. How do I end the live? Someone help me here with technology. Maybe if I go slower. What's this? It doesn't want me to leave. I'm supposed to stay here forever in this chat. Oh my goodness. Oh, you want a reading, Craig? What's your full name? I forget. Write your name in the chat right now. I haven't left yet. Maybe that's why this is happening, because I haven't gotten any names. Oh, there you go. What does this say? Donna from Missouri, but staying in Iowa. Thank you. You are funny, Craig Adams. Okay, in the UK. I'm funny, but I don't know how to get out of this. This is so funny. Let's see. I'm dying laughing. Are you dying laughing? I don't know what to do here. How do I get out of this? Okay, so this is how I'm going to be. Elsa, you know what? My mind's not working right now on how to do this. Okay, I'm figuring it out. Nope. Here it is. Found it. Bye.